It started with a sound, tap, tap, tap. It was early spring, one of those mornings when the air still carried a bit of winter chill, but the sunlight had begun to feel warm again. I was stirring awake, drifting somewhere between dream and day, when I heard it, a light, deliberate knock at the glass. At first, I thought it was a branch brushing in the wind. My apartment is near a row of tall trees, and sometimes the limbs bend close enough to tap against the window when the breeze picks up. But that morning, the air was still. No wind, no rustle, just tap, tap, tap. I pulled myself out of bed, still heavy with sleep, and shuffled over to the window. I pulled the curtain aside, and there, perched right at the edge of the sill, was a little black-capped chickadee. Its tiny feathers puffed out against the cold, its head tilting this way and that with quick, curious movements. I froze, not wanting to scare it, and then, as if to confirm I wasn't imagining things, it tapped its beak against the glass again. Tap, tap, tap. I smiled, surprised, and whispered a quiet hello, though of course it couldn't hear me through the pane. The bird chirped once, sharp and clear, and then darted away into the branches. I thought that would be the end of it, just a small, curious moment in an otherwise ordinary morning. But the next day, right at sunrise, I heard it again. Tap, tap, tap. The same bird, perched in the same place. And the day after that, and the day after that. For nearly 2 weeks, it returned every morning, almost like clockwork. I began to expect it even before my alarm went off. I'd lie there in the quiet, listening for that gentle rhythm at the window. It became a kind of ritual. My days started not with emails or rushing to get ready for work, but with this tiny visitor, knocking softly as if to remind me that the world outside was still alive, still waiting. I started to prepare for it. One evening, I set out a little dish of birdseed on the sill, curious if the bird would take notice. The next morning, when I opened the curtain, I saw it there again, hopping closer, cautious but determined. Eventually, it perched right by the dish and began to eat. I sat cross-legged on the floor, watching quietly, a mug of coffee in my hands. I remember thinking that it felt like we had made a silent agreement. I'd provide breakfast and it would keep me company. At the time, I was in a lonely season of life. Many of my closest friends had moved away for jobs or school, and my family was scattered in other states. My workdays felt long and quiet, and my evenings were often spent alone. Some nights I'd go without speaking to another person at all. But each morning, this bird arrived. Tap, tap,